Coastal Delaware is absolutely blowing up right now. There's thousands of people moving here each and every year from places like New York and Pennsylvania, Maryland and New Jersey, and many other states, and they're all choosing to move to the Delaware beaches for various reasons. However, not all of our beach towns are the same. Some turn into ghost towns the second summer ends. Others become an absolute parking nightmare when it gets warm outside. And there's a few of them that will drain your bank account before you even see the inside of a house. So today I'm ranking 5 major coastal Delaware beach towns from worst to best. I'm going to tell you all about the real estate prices, the lifestyle, and what it's actually like living there. Now, when I say worst, I'm not saying it's a bad place to live by any stretch of the imagination. All of them are great for their own reasons. So I'm ranking them based on my personal lifestyle, my personal preferences, and where I would like to live. If you're new here, I'm Matt Lunden. I'm a local real estate agent, and my team and I help people just like you move in and around coastal Delaware. And we put out content just like this each and every week discussing all things coastal Delaware. So if that is something that you would like to see some more of, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss a new video coming out on the channel. Now let's get to the rankings. Now we're gonna kick things off with my town pick for the C tier. That's gonna be Dewey Beach. And man, this town is wild. It's literally 2 blocks wide in most places. You can walk from the ocean to the bay in just a few minutes. But here's the thing about Dewey, when peak summer hits, there's not really any place to escape the crowds. I mean, Dewey knows exactly what it is, and that is the nightlife beach town. Places like the Starboard, Woody's, Dewey Beer Company, Bottle and Cork, and so many other great spots. Like Starboard's crazy energy. They've got those famous orange crushes that everybody drinks. There's live music every night, basically in the summertime. Woody's has the best crab cakes that people drive hours for. Each spot really shines for a different reason. Now, compared to our top pick, which I'm gonna save for the end, Dewey's whole vibe is just a little bit different. They do movie Mondays on the beach. You got Wednesday bonfires on the beach, but it's all geared toward that more party forward crowd. Now, when we look at the real estate numbers from September and October of 2025, the median sales price in Dewey hovers right near the $1 million mark, and homes are selling for about 3 to 4% below asking price on average, and they're taking about 72 days to go under contract. The hot listings, though, those are gone in a few days, especially those ones that people think are priced too good to be true. Look, if you want to party every weekend, Dewey could be your paradise. Now, I know many people that do live there and they would not want to live anywhere else, but for me personally, I like living close enough to all that stuff to be able to go to it when I want, but I don't want to be right in the mix of all of it. Now, if the party vibe is not your thing, our next choice takes everything about Dewey and flips it completely 180. And if you guessed Fenwick Island as our B tier, then you would be guessing right. 3 miles of ocean beaches. They got the Little Assawoman Bay access. You got the Fenwick Island State Park literally right there. And Fenwick sits right on the Delaware-Maryland line, meaning that it's super close to Ocean City, Maryland if you need that bigger town energy on occasion, but you don't want to live right in the mix of it. Now, people absolutely love the Viking Golf and the Thunder Lagoon water park that's down there. But what really gets me excited about Fenwick is the water sports scene. Things like surfing and paddleboarding and kayak. The bay is the perfect spot for these places, particularly for beginners when they need that more flat water. Now, the state park's got everything from bathhouses to some wheelchair access, chair rentals, food stands. They really thought about everything. But when we talk about my tier A in a minute, you'll see how beach amenities can look completely different in a more developed setting than what Fenwick is. The food scene in Fenwick is legit. One Coastal brings this farm-to-table approach from James Beard-nominated chef Matt Kern. Catch 54 has these sunset views that'll make you even forget that you're there to eat a meal. The station feels like a hidden gem that locals don't want you to know about. Places like High Tide Coffee and Bowls have some of the absolute best acai bowls in all of Delaware. When we look at the real estate numbers in Fenwick, it tends to come in as one of the more premium options along the coast. Median home prices in Fenwick do tend to hover between 1.2 to 1.4 million. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a big number. The homes there are selling for about 4% below asking price, and they're staying on the market for about 29 days. The ones that are priced correctly are often moving in less than 7 days. Fenwick's small size with limited homes really keeps those prices more elevated than most of our other beach towns, so it comes in as one of the more expensive options for housing. My honest take on Fenwick is that summer here is absolutely incredible, but come October and things get quiet. I mean, really quiet. You know, being so close to Ocean City means you get some of their overflow in the summer, which does create a buzz of energy in the town. But once we hit the off season and all the tourists head head back to their home states, Fenwick becomes pretty darn sleepy in a hurry. Now, I love Fenwick's natural beauty, I really do, but you've got to be honest with yourself about whether you can handle those quiet winters. And for me personally, it's just too quiet for my own liking. Again, where Dewey was too busy, I think Fenwick's a little too quiet. So if you want that beach town energy without the quiet off season, that's where our next two tier A options really come into play. First up in tier A, we've got Rehoboth Beach and its mile-long iconic boardwalk. Now, this town just has this energy that most beach towns don't match. The shopping along Rehoboth Avenue is absolutely incredible. The first blocks of Baltimore and Wilmington Avenues have some awesome boutiques that you wouldn't find anywhere else along the coast. But let me tell you what really sets Rehoboth apart, and it's the food scene. Salt Air is absolutely incredible with seafood. We've got places like Finn's Ale House and Raw Bar where they're shucking oysters from different regions every single day. Blue Moon has this Sunday jazz brunch that is absolutely incredible. Got a really awesome farmers market, and it's become this community institution where everyone spends their Tuesdays in the summer at the farmers market. And these are just the tip of the iceberg, as there are hundreds of dining options throughout the town, and chain restaurants don't really survive here, so they're all locally owned, and many of them sourcing local ingredients. Now, the beach itself in Rehoboth is massive, it's flat, and it makes it perfect for everything from morning walks to some light surfing. The boardwalk's constantly got something going on and something happening. There's always something to see. Now, if we look at the real estate numbers in Rehoboth, the median sales price is right around $800,000. The properties are taking about 49 to 50 days to sell, so things are moving a little bit quicker here than some of our other beach towns. But I've got to be straight with you, summer in Rehoboth is intense. Parking becomes more like a competitive sport than it is just your daily occurrence. I've seen people drive in circles for 30 to 40 minutes just looking for a spot, and the crowds can make it harder to get into restaurants and other attractions without having to wait a serious amount of time. And for some people, that's just too much. Now, September through May, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, although the town does slow down significantly, many of the businesses now stay open year-round, which was not the case 10 to 15 years ago. And some of the biggest events that we have throughout the year are in the off-season, so there is enough going on in the off-season that it doesn't become a complete ghost town, and it's not as quiet as places like Fenwick are. Now, I think Rehoboth is truly special. The dining scene is absolutely ridiculous in the best way possible, but you've got to be okay with the added intensity and the crowds in the summer. For some people, it's just too much to bear. Now, right alongside Rehoboth in tier A, we've got Bethany Beach, but with a completely different personality than Rehoboth, which is why I've put them both in the same level. Now, Bethany is known as the start of the quiet resorts, and they mean it. Now, this is where large extended families have been gathering for their vacations for generations. There's this calmness in Bethany that it really works. The beaches are broad, they're super clean, they never feel overcrowded even during peak season. The boardwalk is significantly smaller than Rehoboth's, but it's still got charm with some shopping and little boutiques, and there's some restaurants, and the restaurants are more of your like everyday places where owners start to know your name after just a few days. Now, if you want something special, the Freeman Arts Pavilion is just 15 minutes away from Bethany, and they're bringing in national acts. Who would have thought that we could have access to things like that here in little coastal Delaware? But we do with the Freeman stage, and it's absolutely spectacular. Now, the local spots in Bethany definitely have some character. I think one of our favorites is Mango's because it's got incredible ocean views right from your table. And we got Bethany Boathouse, which has live music and great vibes all year long. You can get your day started with Sunshine Crepes or 3BB Cafe. Trust me, you'll thank me later on those two. They are absolutely incredible. Now, the median sales price in Bethany is often similar to what we see in Fenwick, mostly hovering between 1.1 to 1.3 million, and homes have been selling for about 2.5% below the list price, typically going under contract in about 46 days. Now, the really desirable listings are gone within a week or two, so if you see something that looks too good to be true, it likely is. Now, Bethany is perfect if you want that classic beach town feel without Rehoboth summer intensity. Now, winters in Bethany, they definitely get sleepy. Many of the restaurants close their doors or cut their hours dramatically, and if you're planning to live here full time, you just need to understand that the winters are going to be slow. Both of these tier A towns are absolutely incredible, but they've got their own seasonal challenges. That's why my tier S pick completely solves this problem, so we'll dive right into it. And I'm talking about Lewes, my personal favorite, which if you've been following the channel for a little while now, this one should not be a surprise to you that it's at the top of our list. And if you remember all of those seasonal challenges that we discussed with Rehoboth and Bethany and Fenwick, Lewes handles them differently than every other town. Now, Lewes was established in 1631. We're talking about one of the oldest towns in all of America, but it doesn't feel stuck in the past. They've managed this incredible balance of preserved architecture, some historical landmarks, but also this progressive, forward-thinking community that's always evolving. And that really beautiful blend makes it super special. Now, location-wise, you really can't beat it. Cape Henlopen State Park alone is worth moving here. With its beaches and trails and bird sanctuaries, it's truly a special place. Now, most of Lewes Beach is going to be on the Delaware Bay, so you get calmer waters that are perfect for water-based activities. Things like kayaking and paddleboarding and sailboating or swimming or just lounging on a tube can be peaceful out there in the bay. As we look downtown, the historic district, the museums, the restaurants, the shops, everything's really within like a half square mile. So I know residents that live down there that don't move their car for weeks in the summertime. You can bump into neighbors at Nectar. You can grab coffee at Notting Hill Roastery. You can walk to dinner at Heirloom. It's just that kind of community. And unlike every other beach town I've shown you, Lewes doesn't completely hibernate in the winter, and there's always something happening. We've got educational programs at the Historical Society. We've got some spots for local live music. Got the Independent Film Festival that brings filmmakers from all over the place. And this is a real functioning year-round community, and it doesn't just completely roll up the sidewalks once summer is over like some of our other towns. Now, the food scene in Lewes is diverse without being pretentious. Places like Lewes Oyster House are quickly becoming regional favorites. Agave, which is famous for their Mexican food, is right there on 2nd Street. Touch of Italy on 2nd Street is famous for, well, they're Italian. And then Irish Eyes is the perfect spot to sit on your bar stool and enjoy watching the boats go up and down the canal. I could sit there all day long. I think that place is awesome. Now, if you're ready for the best part, the median sales price is currently hovering around $525,000, which is significantly less than all of the other towns that we've looked at. That's a little misleading because the Lewes zip code is so large. So when we exclusively look at the downtown and Lewes Beach area, the median sales price is closer to the 1 million mark. Now, properties have been selling for about 5% below asking, and they're taking about 76 days to go under contract across the entire zip code. Those hot properties are moving within a few weeks, and most often they're selling within 1% of the list price. So you're getting Cape Henlopen State Park, you get 27 blocks of beach access, walkable downtown, year-round community, culture, restaurants that stay open year-round, all for less than Rehoboth, Bethany, Fenwick, and Dewey pricing, which makes Lewes a really tough option to beat, in my personal opinion. After selling coastal Delaware real estate for years and watching families come and go, Lewes is what I recommend to most people that are looking for the perfect coastal lifestyle without the large seasonal swings in activity that we see some of the other towns experiencing. So there you have it. 5 coastal Delaware beach towns ranked from worst or less best to the best. Now, each one's got its own personality, its own price point, its own trade-offs. The question is, which one fits your life the best? And if you're seriously thinking about making the move to coastal Delaware, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice and help you fit those puzzle pieces together. Now, the market is always changing, and we're here to help you put together a plan that makes sense for your personal situation. So all of our contact information is gonna be down below in the description. Now, if you found some value in this video and you wanna stay in the loop with all things coastal Delaware, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss out on the weekly videos that we put out. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.